Hello, my name is Cassandra Drummond, and today I'm going to talk to you about STI prevention and stigma for young, same-sex attracted women. First, let's talk about STIs, or sexually transmitted infections. Young people are already at a high risk for STI transmission. They account for 75% of recorded cases every year. Approximately 1 in 20 young people has an STI at any time. Same-sex attracted young people are 5 times more likely to contract an STI than their heterosexual peers. In an attempt to counteract this, the government has listed gay men, or men who have sex with men, as a priority population for the reduction of STI transmission. This means that there are many programs and campaigns to help promote safe sex and prevent new infections amongst this population. However, because women who have sex with women are seen to be at a lower risk of catching an STI, they are often excluded from these campaigns. This has led to an increase in STI transmission amongst same-sex attracted women. Engaging in safe sex is made even more difficult for women, as the primary barrier method that is relevant to women, the dental dam, is quite expensive and not very easy to find. The idea that women can't pass on an STI to other women is false. Whilst HIV transmission is extremely low between women, HIV does exist in vaginal fluid, and therefore there is a chance it can be transferred that way. Most other STIs can also be transferred through vaginal fluid, and some, such as HPV or herpes, are transferred through skin-to-skin contact. Some STIs, such as trichomoniasis, are only transferred through vaginal fluid, and are therefore the most commonly transferred between same-sex attracted women. It is also important to remember that same-sex attraction does not mean single-sex attraction, and that bi or pansexual women are more likely to both catch an STI themselves and to pass one on to women who may be exclusively same-sex attracted. Many exclusively single-sex attracted women also have had sexual activity with a male before, and this leads to an increase in their likeliness to catch an STI as well. Women who are same-sex attracted are also less likely to get tested for these STIs, or to get a pap smear to check for HPV or cervical cancer. This is sometimes due to negative experiences dealing with the healthcare system due to stigma related to their sexuality. So how do same-sex attracted women experience stigma? There are different kinds of stigma that affect same-sex attracted women. These include homophobia, which is blatant attacks on or exclusion of a person due to their sexual preferences. Lesbophobia, a homophobia that interacts with sexism. It's the idea that a relationship between two women is unnatural or even invalid. Biphobia. It can also affect males. The idea that a person cannot be attracted to more than one gender. It often comes from both heterosexual and homosexual single-sex attracted people. Heterosexism. So this is the assumption that a person is straight without any discussion on sexuality. This is often seen in the healthcare system as doctors or other workers ask if a person has a boyfriend or husband rather than if they have a partner. This can lead to some confusion and important questions being missed if the answer is no, as this may lead to the assumption that a person is not sexually active. There is also a stigma that comes purely from being women and being sexually active. This can come in the form of slut shaming. Women who do contract an STI are often considered used or unclean, and there is a lingering perception from history that female sexuality isn't as strong or important as male sexuality, which may lead to doctors not suggesting an STI test for women who have sex with women. So how does stigma affect participation in programs? Same-sex attracted young people are more likely to experience bullying and violence due to the idea there is something inherently wrong or unnatural about homosexual activity. This leads to higher rates of mental health issues such as depression or anxiety or even self-harm. Young LGBTI people also make up a large portion of the homeless community, as many have been forced to leave their family homes due to their sexuality or gender identity. Fear of family or peer rejection can lead young people to choose not to disclose their homosexuality. This may mean that they aren't willing to disclose to healthcare professionals or engage in services that may be able to provide specialized care for same-sex attracted people, as they are worried that others might find out. So what can be done to increase participation in these programs? We can increase sex education for same-sex attracted young people. We need to educate health carers to be more inclusive of same-sex attracted women and ask health questions that do not exclude them. For example, do you have a partner? Or are you sexually active? Rather than, do you have a boyfriend?
Created using Powtoon.